And I want to get into, the leaders in California because they have just been a complete disaster. Let's just look at what the images are really like, what actually occurred out the front of an ICE detention centre in LA. Just so chaotic, but LA Mayor Karen Bass, one of the worst mayors that Los Angeles has ever had, says that things were under control and actually blames ICE for the violence.
If the raids hadn't happened, then that protest would have been a No Kings protest. We know that that was planned months in advance. But the disruption and the fear that has been caused by the raids has really had a devastating effect and has been a body blow to our economy. I don't think the president understands that we have entire sectors of our economy that cannot function without immigrant labor.
And Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson says that he will resist the Trump administration and take to the streets.
Yeah, let me just first acknowledge the level of anxiety and fear and trepidation that this administration has caused. You've never seen a society improve or expand under this type of fear. And we're going to continue to resist, and we're going to do it in many different ways, whether it's taken to the streets or to the courts or policy.
And he makes these comments as there's a huge spike in violence against ICE agents.
Yeah, Gabriella, what's amazing is that we're talking about public officials saying to their constituents or to the civilians, take to the streets. If you're afraid, that's the only prerequisite you need to carry out whatever you want to do, whether that's within the law or out of bounds of the law. And that's where these people are allowing themselves to just die on this hill. And they rather their whole city burn down than just say that they agree with the administration in protecting America, loving America. It's very cut and dry. It's very simple. To see this over and over again, it's no surprise that, say, again, we are still waiting on all these details to come out, so I don't want to get too far ahead. But when you hear about a successful assassinations or assassination attempts, considering what's going on over this past week, or even what happened to President Trump on at least 2 occasions that we know of, any ounce of violence has never been a solution. We haven't seen it one time. If you wanted to even look at, say, a liberal-esque figure in the sense of when you talk about now, a lot of the left will always talk about MLK. His most famous I Have a Dream speech was the moment that he made a mark in actually just speaking at a podium. There was no fists involved, no fighting involved. So you would think for 2 seconds that we would just sit back and look at maybe the examples of our past and not even bother with trying to loot completely. Also, I mean, you know this, Gabriella, but at the end of the day, too, a lot of this looting happening on the street, main downtown and in the cities, LA, New York, Chicago, Philly, whatever you want to name, a lot of those are from immigrants that came to this country and are generational. And a lot of them too, no one ever really talks about this, but our own government in working in the intelligence community will actually help and supply those that are foreign when we're doing operations. And as a thank you, they get amnesty to come to our country. And then we help them stage a business, whether it's a cigar business or going and opening a pharmacy or whatever it may be. Again, a lot of those being located in Washington, D.C., for example. So to be okay with kicking those that quite literally had saved our country in many moments, whether domestic or abroad, is a whole other element that really grinds my gears, and I cannot make any sense of it at all.
Gabrielle Cuccia, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. It's been so good to speak with you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.